There's a rule in some rural parts of America that people don't really explain. They just tell you not to break it. Don't whistle at night, especially not near old ground. I didn't believe it, not back then. That summer I was staying with my grandmother in a small farming town somewhere in upstate New York. The kind of place where the roads turn to dirt after a few miles, and the only sounds after sunset are insects and the wind moving. Two trees that look too still during the day. That evening, me and a few local kids had been out near the fields messing around by a shallow creek, catching whatever we could find before it got dark. By the time we headed back, the sky had already dimmed into that dull gray blue where everything starts losing shape. We took the long dirt path back. On one side, open fields. On the other, an old cemetery. Not fenced, not maintained. Just a scatter of leaning headstones, swallowed by tall grass. The wind moved through it in a way that didn't sound natural, like something dragging across the ground. I remember feeling light, careless. So, I started whistling, just some random tune stuck in my head. Nothing loud, nothing special. But the reaction was instant. Everyone stopped. Dead still. One of the kids grabbed my arm, his face pale in a way that didn't look like he was joking. "Don't do that," he said. "Not here." I laughed it off. Thought it was just local superstition. So I did it again, longer this time, louder, letting the sound carry into the open air. At first, nothing happened, just the usual night sounds. Then, something answered. A whistle. From the cemetery. It wasn't the same tune, it wasn't even human. It stretched too long. Too perfectly steady, like it didn't need to breathe. It cut through the air and went straight into my chest. I felt it, more than I heard it. I turned to the others. They were gone. All of them. Just gone. No footsteps, no warning. They ran the second that sound came back, and I was alone. Standing on that road, between the fields and whatever was inside that cemetery. I told myself it was just someone messing with me. So I whistled again. Short this time. Almost like I was testing it. The response came immediately. Closer. Much closer, right behind me. I didn't hear footsteps, but I felt it. A cold breath brushing the back of my neck. Not like wind. Something deliberate, my entire body locked up. I didn't turn around, I couldn't, I just started walking. Fast then faster. Ahead I could see a faint glow. My grandmother's house. Not far, but not close enough. Behind me, there were sounds now. Something moving across the dirt, heavy, dragging, like it wasn't built to walk the way we do. And underneath it, that same whistle. Soft, right behind my ear, matching my pace. Every step I took, it followed, closer, closer. I broke into a run, didn't think anymore, just ran. The sound behind me changed. The whistle turned uneven, warped, almost like laughter breaking through it. Low, cracked, wrong. I screamed for my grandmother before I even reached the house. The porch light flicked on, the door opened, and the moment I crossed into that light, everything stopped. No sound, no presence, nothing behind me. Just silence. She grabbed me immediately, pulling me inside. I couldn't even explain properly. Just fragments, whispers, broken sentences. She didn't ask questions, she just kept looking past me, out into the darkness. Then she said something quietly, more to herself than to me. "You didn't turn around, did you?" I shook my head. She exhaled slowly, relieved, but not surprised. "Good," she said, "because if you had, it wouldn't be you coming back." The next morning, she told me about that place, about an unmarked grave somewhere in that cemetery. No name, no record, just something buried there a long time ago. Something that doesn't leave. It waits for a sound, for someone to call it, without knowing. And when it answers, it doesn't just follow you, it tries to replace you. I never whistled at night again, not there, not anywhere. But sometimes when it's quiet enough, I still hear it. Faint, distant, like it's waiting for me to answer. The convenience store sat at a dead intersection just outside Bakersfield. Locals didn't like stopping there after midnight. They never really explained why. They just called it a bad corner. I took the night shift anyway. College bills don't care about local rumors. The manager, a man named Rick, barely looked at me during orientation. Mid-50s, pale, always sweating like the air around him wasn't quite right. Before he left that night, he gave me one instruction. "Don't fall asleep in the break room." He paused, then added without looking at me, "And if you hear something in the storage room, ignore it." That was it. No explanation, just rules. The store itself looked normal. Bright LED lights, shelves fully stocked, security cameras in every corner. But the deeper you went toward the back, things felt off. The storage room was cramped, humid, and smelled faintly like something old. Not rotten, but close. That's where I noticed it. Tucked into the far corner, partially hidden behind stacked boxes. A small shrine. Not something you'd expect in a place like that. No candles, no photos, just a metal tray, 2 burnt incense sticks. And instead of ash, there was a strip of yellowed paper pinned between them. A name was written on it. Thomas Reed. Underneath it, a date, same day, same month, same year. Death date. Exactly. I didn't think much of it at first. Just assumed it was some weird memorial. Until the clock hit 3 hours. I was standing behind the counter when I heard it. A soft cracking sound from the storage room. Like wood slowly splitting under pressure. Froze, then it came again, closer. Crack, crack. I remembered what Rick said. Ignore it. But curiosity is a dangerous thing when you're alone. I grabbed the flashlight and pushed the storage room door open. The smell hit me instantly. Thick. Sour. Like something that had been left sealed for too long. The overhead light flickered violently, and then I saw him, sitting in the break room chair, back turned toward me, wearing an old version of the store uniform, stained. Dark patches spread across the fabric like something had soaked through it and dried years ago. "Hey, you're not supposed to be back here," I said. My voice didn't sound like mine. He didn't answer, just sat there. Still. Then slowly, he stood up. The movement was wrong. Too stiff, too delayed, like his body had to remember how to function. Every joint made a dry snapping sound as he straightened. Then he turned around. and I stopped breathing. There was no face, no eyes, no nose, no mouth. Just smooth, pale skin stretched tight across where everything should have been. Featureless, empty, except a thin crack where his mouth should be. And from it, something black slowly seeped out. Then I heard the voice. Not from him, from inside my head. Give it back. The door slammed shut behind me. Locked, I ran to it, pulled, slammed my shoulder against it. Nothing. That's when I noticed the shrine again. Up close this time. The paper wasn't a memorial, it was a seal. Something meant to keep whatever he was contained. Rick didn't honor the dead. He used them, a body bound to the place, something to watch over the store. Something that couldn't leave unless it had someone to replace it. Turned back, he was closer now, right in front of me. I didn't see him move. His hand reached up, long fingers, sharp. Not human anymore. They touched my face, cold at first, then burning, like acid sinking into skin. I tried to scream, nothing came out, looked toward the cracked mirror hanging on the wall, and what I saw, it wasn't me anymore. My face was smoothing out, flattening, features fading, like they were being erased, rewritten, becoming him. The lights went out, total darkness, but I could still hear it, that sound. A high, thin laugh, echoing, layered, like more than one voice overlapping. Then silence. The next morning, Rick unlocked the storage room like nothing had happened. Inside, a new employee sat quietly in the corner, wearing a clean uniform, head slightly lowered, not moving. Rick smiled, walked over to the shrine, removed the old paper, replaced it with a new one, whispering under his breath, "Fresh one, good." And the name on the paper changed, not Thomas Reed anymore. This time, it was mine.